Welcome to Cupid's Corner, where love stories come alive. Sit back, relax, and let the tales of romance sweep you off your feet.
Shelter from the storm. Amara's breath came in ragged gasps as she stumbled through the dense underbrush, the weight of her escape pressing heavily on her bruised shoulders. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the rugged terrain. Each crack of a twig beneath her feet sent a jolt of panic through her. She dared not look back, not even once. She had to keep moving, keep running. "Please, please, just let me be free," she whispered to herself, each word a prayer. Her heart thundered like a war drum, and every rustle of leaves made her flinch. As the shadows deepened, Amara's legs trembled with fatigue. She collapsed against a gnarled tree, its bark rough against her back. She wrapped her arms around her knees and closed her eyes, recalling the horrors she had escaped. The memories felt like chains, tightening around her throat. "Amara," a voice called, echoing from the depths of her past. "No," she gasped, shaking her head. "They can't find me." Suddenly, a rustling nearby made her heart leap into her throat. She opened her eyes, panic-stricken, and squinted into the fading light. "Who's there?" she called, voice trembling. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall and imposing, with a bough slung over his shoulder. The man's skin was copper-toned, and his long black hair cascaded over his shoulders. Amara's heart raced, fear and hope warred within her. "Stay back," she shouted, drawing a sharp breath. The man raised his hand slowly. "I mean you no harm," he said, his voice deep and steady. "I am Kokake, a Shoshone warrior. Are you in need of help?" "Help?" Amara echoed, her voice laced with disbelief. "What do you want from me? Are you one of them? Who do you think I am?" Ko replied, his brow furrowing with confusion. "I live alone in these mountains. I seek no company." Amara eyed him with suspicion, but felt the weariness in her limbs. She was too exhausted to run, too lost to fight. I need a place to hide," she admitted, her voice barely a whisper. Ko studied her for a long moment, then nodded. "Follow me." The wind howled through the trees as they made their way to Ko's secluded dwelling, a modest shelter nestled between two boulders. The scent of pine lingered in the air, mingling with the crispness of the approaching night. "Here," Ko said, gesturing toward the entrance. "Rest. I will find you food." Amara hesitated, taking in the crude yet cozy interior. "You live alone?" "Alone is safer," he replied, shrugging off her question. He stepped outside, leaving Amara to contemplate her next move. Inside the shelter, she sank onto a bed of pine needles and moss, exhaustion crashing over her like a wave. She closed her eyes, but sleep eluded her, haunted by memories of the plantation, the whips, and the chains. After what felt like hours, Ko returned with a handful of berries and some roots. "Eat," he commanded, his voice firm yet not unkind. Amara took the food hesitantly, her stomach growling in gratitude. "Thank you," she murmured, taking a cautious bite. "You're lucky I found you," Ko said, leaning against the wall, arms crossed. "The wilderness can be unforgiving." "Just like people," Amara replied, her voice edged with pain. Ko's gaze softened. "You carry much hurt. I can see it in your eyes." "Do you think I wanted this?" she said, emotion spilling over. "I was taken from my home, my family," the words caught in her throat. Ko nodded, understanding etched on his face. "We all have our battles." Days turned into weeks, and as Amara healed, she learned to navigate the wilderness under Ko's watchful eye. Each morning, they would rise before dawn, and he would teach her how to forage, the two of them moving through the trees like shadows. "Here," Ko said one day, crouching beside a bush. "These roots are good for eating." "But not these," he added, pointing to a cluster of bright red berries. "They can kill you." Amara chuckled softly. "You're not making this sound very appealing." Survival is not easy, he replied, a hint of a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. But you are strong. I have seen it. Their bond grew in the silence of the woods, forged through shared meals and whispered stories. Amara shared tales of her life before the plantation, while Ko spoke of he was created from violence, his sire being a cavalry soldier, about the loss of his wife and child to smallpox as he spoke about his family, his voice heavy with sorrow. Love is a powerful thing, he said one evening as they sat by the fire, the flames dancing in the night. It can be both a blessing and a curse. Do you believe you'll find it again? Amara asked softly, her gaze fixed on the flames. I do not know, he replied, looking deep into her eyes. But I have found something here with you. The air thickened with unspoken words, and for a moment, Amara felt the weight of his gaze like a tender embrace. One afternoon, they ventured deeper into the mountains, where the air was cooler and the trees stretched taller. Amara felt a sense of freedom, her laughter echoing through the woods as Ko playfully chased her, his presence both protective and exhilarating. Catch me if you can, she called, her heart racing. Ko lunged forward, his laughter rich and deep. You are swift, but I am faster. Prove it. Amara teased, glancing back with a smile. As he drew closer, she stumbled, falling to the ground, laughter bubbling up as she looked up at him. Okay, you win. Ko knelt beside her, his breath coming in soft puffs, and for a moment, they both paused, the world around them fading. The air crackled with something more than just friendship, and as the sunlight filtered through the leaves, Amara felt a warmth spread through her chest. Amara, he said softly, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Their eyes locked, and Amara could feel the tension between them, a magnetic pull. Ko. Then, in a moment of courage, she leaned forward, and their lips met, tentative at first, then deepening as the world around them faded away. But the peace they had carved out was shattered one fateful morning when the sound of distant voices reached their ears. Amara's heart sank as she recognized the harsh tones. Bounty hunters, she breathed, panic rising in her chest. Ko's expression hardened. We must go. Now. They rushed through the trees, Ko leading her with a steady hand. But the hunters were close, voices growing louder, their footsteps crunching through the underbrush. Split up, one shouted. They can't be far. Amara's heart raced as they veered off the path, her breath hitching in her throat. What if they find us? They will not, Ko said, his voice fierce. Trust me. They ran deeper into the forest, Ko's familiarity with the land guiding them to a hidden valley surrounded by steep cliffs. We'll hide here, he instructed, motioning for her to duck behind a thicket. As they crouched in the shadows, Amara's heart pounded in her chest. What if they? They will not find us, Ko repeated, his voice steady. You are safe here. She wanted to believe him, but the fear gnawed at her insides. What if you're wrong? Ko turned to her, his eyes fierce. I will protect you, Amara. You have my word. The sound of voices grew closer, and Amara's breath caught in her throat. They're coming. Ko moved to the edge of the thicket, peering out. Stay low. Do not move until I say. Amara nodded, her heart racing as she watched him, the tension in his muscles palpable. The hunters passed by, their voices rough and grating. We'll find her, we have to. The reward is too great. Ko clenched his jaw, his eyes narrowing. They are fools, he muttered, turning back to Amara. We must move to the hidden cave. Is it safe? She asked, fear creeping back into her voice. Yes, he said firmly. Stay close. They crept through the underbrush, Ko leading them to a narrow cave entrance. The darkness inside was thick, but Ko's presence next to her was a balm to her anxiety. Stay here, he whispered, moving deeper into the shadows. Amara's heart pounded as she listened to the faint sounds of Ko's movements. Moments felt like hours, and the fear of being caught gnawed at her. Finally, Ko returned, his face set in grim determination. We cannot stay here long. They will search the forest. What do we do? Amara asked, anxiety flooding her voice. We must go to the hidden valley, he said. I know a way out. As they moved, Ko took her hand, their fingers intertwining. Stay close, he said, his voice low but filled with warmth. Together, they navigated through the darkness, Ko's strength guiding her. With each step, Amara felt a growing sense of hope. When they finally emerged from the cave into the bright light of the valley, Amara gasped at the beauty before her. A shimmering waterfall cascaded down the rocks, and wildflowers filled the air with their sweet fragrance. It's beautiful, she whispered, awe filling her voice. Ko nodded, a faint smile breaking through his serious demeanor. This is where we will find our peace. But just as they stepped into the sunlight, the sound of shouting erupted from the trees. The hunters had found them. Go! Ko shouted, pulling her behind a large rock. I will hold them off. No! Amara cried, fear gripping her heart. You can't. I will not let them take you, he said fiercely. You must hide. Trust me. The tension in his voice left no room for argument. With a shaky breath, Amara nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. As she crouched behind the rock, she watched Ko step out, bow drawn, a warrior ready to defend his love. I am not afraid of you, he called, voice steady. Step aside, warrior, a rough voice shouted back. We are taking the girl. No. Amara screamed, her heart racing. Stay hidden. Ko barked, his gaze fierce. The sound of arrows whizzed through the air, and Amara's heart dropped. Ko, she cried, fear overwhelming her. But Ko fought valiantly, moving with the grace of a hawk, his arrows finding their mark with deadly precision. But there were too many of them. Run, he shouted, his voice cutting through the chaos. Go to the river. With every ounce of strength, Amara pushed herself up and ran, her heart pounding in her chest. She sprinted toward the river, the sound of rushing water mingling with the chaos behind her. Just as she reached the bank, she heard a pained shout behind her. No! Tears streamed down her face as she turned back, but Ko was nowhere in sight. Amara, he called, his voice filled with urgency. The hunters were closing in, and Amara knew she had to make a choice. She turned away, heart heavy with the weight of her fear. The river surged before her, and with one last glance back, she jumped into the water. The icy current swept her away, pulling her downstream as she fought to stay above the surface. Hold on. Ko's voice echoed in her mind, and she clung to that hope with all her might. Hours later, she washed up on the riverbank, gasping for air. The world around her felt surreal, her body numb from the cold. She pulled herself onto the shore, trembling as tears streamed down her cheeks. Ko, she called, her voice hoarse. Where are you? Silence answered her, and despair clawed at her. But deep down, she felt his presence, a warmth that enveloped her like a blanket. I will find you, she whispered, determination rising within her. Days passed as she searched the valley, calling his name into the wind, but the mountains remained silent. She learned to survive, to forage for food, and to navigate the wilderness he had taught her. And in her heart, she held on to the love they had forged, the promise of their future together. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Amara knelt by the riverbank, tears glistening in her eyes. Ko, if you can hear me, I will not give up on us, she whispered. You taught me to be strong. I will fight for you. But just as despair threatened to take hold, a rustle in the bushes caught her attention. Amara's heart raced as she turned, hope blooming in her chest. Ko, she called, her voice trembling. And then he emerged, dirty and bruised but alive, his bow still slung over his shoulder. Amara, he shouted, relief flooding his voice as he rushed toward her. They collided in a fierce embrace, holding each other tightly as if afraid to let go. I thought I lost you, Amara sobbed, burying her face in his shoulder. You are my heart, Co murmured, his voice thick with emotion. I will always find you. They stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, the world around them fading away. I was so afraid, Amara confessed, pulling back to look into his eyes. I didn't know if you would come back. I promised I would protect you, Co replied, his gaze fierce. And I will keep that promise. Amara smiled through her tears, feeling the warmth of his love envelop her. Together, then? Always together, Co vowed, brushing his thumb across her cheek. And in that moment, under the vast sky filled with stars, Amara knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. With love as their guide, they would forge a future in the heart of the wild. The end.
Thank you for listening. Let's spread the love. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because everyone deserves a bit of romance.